Another 2 hours, man. Another 2 hours, right? I'm gonna read a little reading. Real quick. Another 2 hours right now. That was just too much, man. Yo, what's going on, guys? I got this natural remedy. It's got a pinch of sage. That's kind of weird. Pine tar. I forget what kind of wood charcoal, but it's not the average lump coal charcoal, but I know it is wood lump. It's like a lump coal, that charcoal, and there's a couple other natural ingredients, but I'm gonna use it on my beard, y'all, and see what happens, right? We'll see next weekend. After that, well, I don't know, because if I don't like what I see, I'll shave it off, but I just want, because it's something, it's ancestral. So I'm going to use this stuff, see how it works. And he don't make a lot of it, but he says, you can buy stuff that's similar to it. I'm like, I'm not, if it's natural, I seen you make it, I'll try it. But if it's synthetic, GMO, well, it don't matter. I'm not using it, I couldn't eat all that steak, y'all. I cannot sit down. I don't know anybody. It's just not normal. Half a pound of steak is a lot of friggin' steak, man. And it was actually a 2-pound choice, man. And then I'm eating watermelon and beans. Oh my goodness. Whew. My boy stopped by, right? He wanted to blaze one. I was like, go ahead and smoke one. I gave him a pre-roll, right? And he was like, yo, man, everybody talking about how you just getting big. You on steroids? I'm like, no, man, no. Everything that's happening always means for the better or good. Doesn't mean it's for the worse, because I don't see things that way yet. I said, no, man. I said, but the funny thing is, I'm not really even eating a lot. He's like, you're not eating a lot and you're putting on weight like that? I'm like, yeah. And I left it after that, He doesn't watch YouTube, so otherwise he'd be watching and laughing and be like, damn, Red, I can hear him every day. But yeah, so I'm gonna try this stuff just to see what happened. And it's like all natural. It gets in your follicles. And it's like it's stuff that, why do you think they took over all the hair industry, which wasn't the industry? It was our natural way of keeping people's face hairs and all that youthful. I remember I expressed to you, our people were fighting up at 75, 80 years old in this fake civil war, and I mean whooping people's behind. Like, they don't want that truth to get out, because then it gives people hope. But I feel like the pale skins need to know it more than anybody. You dig what I'm saying? Let me turn off these notifications. Stay right there. What you doing, man? I need to let you outside, just let you run up and down a tree or something, boy. So right, anyway, so yeah, it's gonna, I don't want my hair, because my hair is dark brown. If it was to make my hair black, then I'd be like, it's the chalk or something, because I expressed that to him. I says, my hair is not it's dark brown, and in the sun it becomes like red, like almost red, like amber, like. Well, in some places, like the very tips, my afro was this big again. The very tips look kind of blondish, but I mean the very ends, right, with the sun. But then the rest of it's like a dark brown, like, you know what I mean? Because it's still, when I look I'm gonna stop trimming, because if I wouldn't have been trimming my beard, y'all, it would probably be down the hair. Seriously, my Fu Manchu would be really on. But I always look at the hairs and stuff, color, and I'm holding them up. I'm like, that looks black to me, even though I've got pictures I know. But it's so dark brown. But then I pull up 2 others. I'm like, y'all, okay, you kind of red. I don't use peroxide on my hair, y'all. That's just stupid. Anyway, and I'm looking at all the little hairs like I'm in the mirror like this with the light, looking at my beard like, like this. Picking up each hair. I'm just laughing because it's funny to me. Okay. Anywho, right? So I was like, all right. I said, I don't want to be running around with a deep brown hair, because our hair, let me explain something to y'all. I don't know if you ever watched Yaki, Dr. Sebi. That guy was how old? You're not supposed to be balding, and you're not supposed to be graying and silver. My hair, my family's hair kind of goes, if you pay attention, goes white or silver, like ghost white or silver. Like, so when you see the graying is the silver, and then once from there it goes completely white, you know. But it's not supposed to be happening at this retrograde. You dig what I'm saying? The degradation from all the chemicals and everything, it's only articulating your body's response to repair and heal fast and faster. And what happens is it tires, even when you're putting the best stuff in it. That's why it's important to fast. But like I said, this is not our new year. So when everybody's up there looking at balls and this, that, and T.D. Jakes explaining some BS, and be doing the same old thing. No matter what is happening, you dig? Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and read the Negro Project and Warren Cooper. Yeah, how y'all be on it? Leave me alone. I'm sitting here talking with him. He's blazing when I'm getting the contact, and I don't want to smoke, right? I didn't want to smoke. I'm like, no, go ahead, bro. You know, he's like, he did one of my brother Ganja stuff. He smoked the whole thing. I'm like, you're gonna be hitting some, we call screwing the barrels, a front side twist, right? We used to do a street tumbling when you run and you spin around flip. I said, your ass out there gonna be hitting them screwing the barrels, bro. He said, what? So we got to chatting real good as I was stating. And he's gonna give me, and he was like, yeah, I'm out, Red. I was like, yeah, nigga. And he only got to walk, so I'm like, all right. He got hiding them off. I hope he don't be bumping over fences and shit. Stepping on tires. Wrong iron. The side view mirrors. You know how them paranoid. Excuse me, Mr. Fire Hydrant. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? He was, oh yeah. I guarantee you right now, he's doing the lambada at his crib in the living room. He's in a house, so a big house, I mean. So I don't like a house I gotta clear every room for a half hour when I come into it. I want to be able to come in, pistol at the ready, rifle on the set, maneuver all spaces, paying attention when I hear outside, be able to camera on my phone, you know, go up the stairs, and I mean finger on the trigger. So I better not fart too hard or trip. Yeah, anyway, right? I know what room I should clear first, but I'm always attentive to other rooms because I smell, I listen, it is dead silent. Even Alexander, even he'll stay at the bottom stairs and watch. He used to run up the side of the stairs with me. So, you know, you get the Chinese slipper out, and he just, you know, so never hit him with the Chinese slipper, guys. Come on, y'all. Just a lot of that timber rattling, right? Anyway, and I clear the rooms, you know, in what order I would never say, but I guarantee you, you know what I'm saying? There's other things. All right, we'll leave it at that. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get into. Let me shut you guys out. My apologies. Let me check my ex-husband. Who's your ex-husband? Oh, that was your ex-husband like that? Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me shout everybody out. My apologies. Yo, Ganja, Delusions of Humanity. Subscribe to the brother's channel. He's outside the box. He's throwing it down. Snoo, what's up? Baby, I'll send you a message. I'm you know, you get on my nerve. I'll send you a message. I ain't never met a woman that worse than an old 200-year-old. Check my message. Rondo, I got you, brother. T. Hines, what's going on now? What's happening? Sugar Coop. I'm still thinking about how high he is right now. Hey, man, look, man. You know, what it is. No. I didn't put it to a lip and light it. Put it here. You know what I'm saying? That's too rainbowish. You know what I'm saying? Boy, what's happening? What's happening? What's up, beloved? Evelyn Smiley. Hey, aka American Nietzsche. What's going on, beloved JB? Michael Charles Roland Zarb. You retarded. I love you too. Nigga, I was asleep. Hey, you sleep nothing. All right, let's get and read it, because we'll be here to the next day or so. Oh, look at that new nigga over there. No, I ain't gonna do no. I'm not gonna do no nigga stuff. Okay. Anyway, the steak is fabulous. I seared it in its own fat, right? The damn thing's 2.5 inches thick. It's real. Anyway, I seared it 2.5 inches thick, and it's about this goddamn big. Oh, it's a 2-pounder. That thick. No joke. It cooked down a lot, but it's still there. Oh, it's tender and melt in the mouth and everything, right? Anyway, seared it, put the oven right at about 325, put it in the iron skillet with the iron lid, hit it with the rosemary and thyme, and I don't put cloves, only put cloves and beans and certain casseroles and pecan pie, sweet potato pie and stuff like that. But on something like that, okay? No, I always put all over one side, and that's the first side I sear. That aroma, oh my goodness. It throughout the house is like, it don't even smell like steak no more. It smells like Flores, you know what I mean? Anyway, popped it in the oven for about 25 minutes. That thing, I didn't want it too pink in the inside, so I let it rest for about 2 minutes, because I knew if I let it rest too long, it would have cooked all the way through. So I wanted it where it was kind of pink, but best way. That means no carcinogens, this and another. So anyway, I sliced into that thing like, oh man, I got a damn Japanese ginsu or something. That thing slipped right through it. Hit it with the Himalayan and the cayenne. You know me, cayenne. Anyway, hit that mom. Man, I did 2 bites and it melted in my mouth. Listen here. Huh? What? I could open a restaurant with just that. Some mashed squash instead of potatoes. Mashed squash. Y'all ever had mashed squash? Get your zucchini or your squash. Mash it the same way. Use a little coconut milk, less. Hit it with some sea salt and some colored real peppercorn. Then come and talk to me. Oh yeah, that was something I made over in New York at a restaurant. I said, hey, y'all ever thought about making zucchini and squash like mashed, like taters? What are you talking about? I used to make it at John Laguna's, with veterans, and the guys used to swear they thought it was mashed potatoes with food coloring or something. I was like, no, it's better. They ain't gonna mess with your diabetes, it'll help it. So I boil the zucchini and the squash, right? I get rid of the skin. Gotta get rid of the skin, y'all. You just can't have the skin up in there. You can eat it and juice it if you choose, or make patties with it if you want to pulp it. But anyway, boil them. Get the water boiling, rolling. I get about 4 and 4, and I boil them for about 5 minutes. Start mashing. Add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then water. It's still water in there. Okay, it's still water, and you let it boil for another 5 minutes. Mash it, and when it's completely soft, then you drain it. Take it to your colander, your strainer. It's better. Strain it, and then put it back in there. Get you about 3 tablespoons of coconut milk. Hit it with your sea salt. Some people might want to use the Himalayan, all right? Pink salt, right? Hit it with that colorful red pepper, because you want the little twang to it, because it's kind of sweet, right? Mash it up real good. If you got the little masher, the little swiggly, mash it with however you want to do it. And let me tell you something. Bada boom, bada bing. Anywho, let me go ahead and get this read. So, I hope you saw the last video I posted. Chapter Hyatt shared in our brothers. We have a SMS at about 12 or 13 of us. And we chat. We greet each other in the morning. We have our lives that we have to lead, and it's nothing but love. Fear none. He's on there. Check his YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook page out if you haven't subscribed. I'll make sure that I'll put it in the next live. I'll put it in information, everything like that. That way you'll know that he's very good. He's in the Caribs. I stated this before last week. But anyway, I just thought this would be a most momentous moment, seeing the times we're in, and find it important. The little bit of tea, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm enjoying this. Anyway, let's go ahead. The Negro Project, Margaret Sanger's diabolical, duplicitous, dangerous, disastrous, and deadly plan for melanated America. We know it's not called America. We know nobody's black, and all that other stuff. That's just keeping up, the parlay, the secret conversations. And most melanated people are very unaware of, running around themselves in higher stupidity. Because I see all the people that come from Africa and the harems and all that, not the ones who live here, and they call themselves black, yet their visas say white. Status like a mofo. But the ones over there, yeah, go over there and call him black. I heard the Kafa thing. Had y'all ever look up that word Kafa? How words can be taken out of place and misconstrued when used in ignorance. Okay, 1940s, pale-skinned people will call themselves peckerwoods and crackers. I'm only saying, what's racist about that? We didn't call ourselves niggas until recently. Negroes was only applied when they didn't like the fact when our people were warring, because they kept being called all these defamation, characters, black and this, that, and the color, and many of our people warred and died. The thing is, we're autochthonous. Bottom damn line, we don't care what they say, FATF, FBI, CIA, all of those governments. I'm gonna break something down at the end of this, how they're gonna move amongst you and against you. I'm just gonna share it. I don't make nothing up. People tell me something and I share it, and it's for you to fact check it. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna pause this. I don't want to hear that shit. Anyway, Frank's nice. Music's nice. Anyway, the Negro Project afforded Sanger the y'all see the ugly thing. Don't she look like something otherworldly? The Negro Project afforded Sanger the opportunity to eliminate a group that, in her view, was the most problematic members of so-called inferior races, who possess a strong belief in God. And as stated to Dr. Clarence Gamble of the Procter & Gamble Company, it was the black ministers who would help keep some of the more rebellious members of their congregations in line. The Negro Project, you heard that, the Negro Project was an ingenious way for Sanger and the eugenicists to achieve their aim without drawing undue attention to it. After all, what better way in which to exterminate an entire race of our class of people? One could go the route of the German Nazi vis-a-vis, I remember that, the Jews, and shoot or gas them, although forced sterilization and euthanasia programs like Action T4 also reduced the number of Jews and other useless eaters. Now, as Heinrich Himmler described them, all right, or one could opt for a strategy aimed at getting these undesirables to exterminate themselves with the aid of ministers who were deliberately kept in the dark. Diabolical, duplicitous, dangerous, disastrous, and deadly. All of these words describe Margaret Sanger's Negro Project to a T. Whose hero was that? Hillary Clinton? And y'all are still friends with your cousins and them who are the mouthpieces, who probably live a little better than you, got a couple of cars, ain't worried about, what I mean? Remember that. Although her intended targets were the Black Baptist congregations, she reserved her religious intolerance for the Catholic Church in particular, which, as noted earlier, was adamantly opposed to birth control. Now, when they traveled to Washington in the winter of they weren't opposed, they were opposed to it here, nowhere else. Look it up. 1926, the lobby Congress and the Senate to amend, Washington in the winter of 1926 to lobby Congress, and the Senate to amend the Comstock Act. Now, Sanger and her cohorts were firmly rebuffed by no less than 40 senators and 14 representatives. The Comstock Act was sponsored by a Protestant, passed by a Protestant Congress, and signed into law by a president who was also a Protestant. Yet Sanger attacked the Catholic Church for opposing her agenda, telling her supporters that everywhere there is a general acceptance of the idea birth control that is, except in religious circles. The National Catholic Welfare Council has a special legislative committee organized to block and defeat our legislations. They frankly state that they intend to legislate for non-Catholic according to the dictates of the church. Wow. So that's then you know who was all powerful. Excuse me. The fact that no such committee existed did not matter, nor did the fact that nearly 24 non-Catholic lay or religious groups joined with the NCWC to stand against her attempts to amend the Comstock Act. She continued to press the issue over the next several years, returning to Congress in 1934 for yet another go-around, and this time she had the support of the old gray lady herself. The New York Times, reporting on the first day of hearings, the paper took note of the almost solidly Catholic opposition. 1934, who do you think the old gray lady is? Okay. Catholic opposition to the measure, which was itself a bald-faced lie. Now, running interference for the mastermind behind the Negro Project, it further stated, this is now, according to Margaret Sanger, the only organized opposition to the proposal. This wasn't the first time America's newspaper of record would seek to make the news rather than report it, nor would it be the last. And needless to say, the legislation in question went nowhere, but Sanger would not give up. She attacked the Catholic Church yet again, accusing it of a concerted effort not to present the facts to the committee, but to intimidate them by showing a Catholic bloc of voters who, though in the minority in the United States, want to dictate to the majority of non-Catholics as directed by the Vatican in social and moral legislation. You know they were still vying for who's going to be in power, right? King of the Hill type thing, you know? She even equated the church's principled opposition to contraception with the actions of the nation's most notorious white supremacist group. In an article appealing the birth control reviews, Sanger wrote, today, by the Roman Catholic clergy and their allies, public opinion in America, I fear it condemns, no, I fear America, I fear, this is what it says, is too willing to condone in the officials of the Roman Catholic Church what it condones in the Ku Klux Klan. What it condones in the Ku Klux Klan. Quite a statement, especially coming from a woman who was only too happy to address that same group in New Jersey in 1926. Just growing up there, I always knew it, but they were well hidden because, like I stated, the Jews were the ones that created it. The fake Jews. And it's funny how everybody's starting to put it out there. And I'm gonna say something because of this. Reason why I say fake Jews, the reason why is because, see, the Zionists needed a group of people. They had pushed people and made plenty of wars, all right? Changed years and everything. No, they're not Zionists. They're worse than that. But regardless of the scumbuckets they are, you see all these people who have converted to Judaism and went over there because they want to fight dark people, especially a lot of these fake American Jews who were ex-military, went over there, and you saw some of the videos where they're opening their little pie hole, you know, their little butthole mouths and blah, 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 brainwashed mentally, spiritually, and physically. That ain't nothing. You hear me? And they don't care about them. They would kill all of them and just start over again. And some might allude to, well, does that mean that we're fake? No, everything that they're using in this world to crush everybody is who we are and who we were to this earth. The original people, the grand builders, the Masons, that's why you have the last name Masons, and so on and so on. And most of the people, because of Hollywood and the takeover of the music industry, as well as the change of the frequency in the music, all these people, the sticks and this, that, and you know, all this whiteness, this false, you know, the lie. is the reason why this land is falling so quickly, because racists are the dumbest people walking the earth, easily to utilize, especially if you give them something and you misquote or misread or abhorrently teach them otherwise from what it really says. And then you might understand the sickness that goes with the disease, goyim, and all this other stuff, not realizing that they need of people who are warlike to keep the insatiable appetite fulfilled. I hope you get that. So let's go ahead and hit Behold a Pale Horse by William Cooper. Now I'm going to say, no. You're probably going to see a ramp up of police shootings where police pull over people. First thing with the camera, they should never be allowed or able to mute it, no matter what. If they're professional, they should be able to have a conversation as such. Most time when they're muting is to get the stories right. And the bottom line is that if you know how to read bodies and everything else, and when people speak, or whatever you want to call it, their vibrations, you want to see how off it is. You mask it, right? So masking over the voice so you can't hear it, that means they've got to get the story together. Who needs to get the story together? Some people who don't have a real story because it would probably get them in a world of snap. You know what I'm saying? But here soon, you're going to see more emboldenedness. All right? Emboldened. Shot. People being shot who don't have firearms, no drugs, and no nothing. They're going to come down, and the first thing you do when you start talking, opening your mouth, trying to make them comfortable, it's not the job. First of all, it wasn't their place to pull you over. But because you don't know what a magistrate and a judge and the laws and rules and the original land and the Constitution, which they want to shit on anyway, because they have been nurtured into a perversion, sociopaths or whatever, you're going to have that happening. They're going to knock on your door and you're going to go to it. I didn't do nothing. No, you spoke your mind. I don't care what crayon soup, what alphabet soup, what mushroom soup. There's some good mushrooms out there. Doesn't matter. Okay? So let's go ahead and get into Behold a Pale Horse by William Cooper. That's our brother right there. There you go. The little weak bastards take out. You know, usually when hitmen get old and they feel really guilty, they got nurses. I can't say nurses. They have establishments. They have entities that will expire you. So go out there and keep up your little dirty work. You know what I mean? Enjoy it. So today we're going to go pick up on Article 4. Okay? We're dealing with a planning branch. All right? Let me make sure this was it Article 4 or was it Article 6? The Article 6 is a doozy. No, it's this one. Article 4, we're going to do half and then half, okay? We're going to, because it's, well, most of them are like this, where they run about 14 or 11 or 15, okay? So we're going to hit 7 of these, and then we'll finish the other 7 tomorrow, all right? So Article 4 is the planning branch. Pay attention. I hope those of you who watched the last few videos really go back and listen. And if you didn't like the way it came out, pull up the article and read it. Okay, just like that. Here we go. The planning branch. Section 1. Check this out. There shall be a planning branch to formulate and administer plans and to prepare budgets for the uses of expected income in pursuit of policies formulated by the process provided herein. So you get what I'm saying? There shall be a planning branch to formulate and administer plans and to prepare budgets for the uses of expected income in pursuit of policies formulated by the process provided herein. When they ratified, then adopted, they made changes. So they could sneak stuff in. All right. I haven't been saying it in the first few, yet in the first one, you heard me rattling off quite a bit. And if you don't really know what you're reading or looking at and really break down the process of what they're saying, first they're saying key words. planning branch, as if that's required if the people didn't vote for it, to formulate and administer plans, to prepare budgets, all right, for the uses of expected income in pursuit. That means raising taxes, this, that, and other embargoes, blah, blah, who we at war with, we shouldn't be. I mean, it's just the way it goes. And the money allows individuals who are corrupted by it to pursue a fictional life of existence in obscurity. You know what I mean? So-called secrecy. Yet there are things that are levied or held over that individual's head. Okay. Section 2, there shall be a national planning board of, people could add more to that. Trust me, I'm not going to sit here and do all that. Section 2, there shall be a national planning board of 15 members appointed by the president. The first member shall have terms designated by the president of 1 to 15 years. Thereafter, one shall be appointed each year. Now, the president shall appoint a chairman who shall serve for 15 years unless removed by him. That's not in the old constitution. That's something they created. Ergo, Henry Kissinger's punk ass. All right. Anywho, we don't have to keep going and beating a dead horse in the head, though. You know how that works. Section 3, the chairman shall appoint and shall supervise a planning administrator together with such deputies as may be agreed to by the board. Now, again, in section 2, I think it used to be a stint of like 2 years or something like that, 3 years. Where did this 15 come from? I don't know, man. You look into it. I'm not looking into it. Now the chairman, as I stated in section 3, shall appoint and shall listen to this. The chairman shall appoint and shall supervise a planning administrator together with such deputies as may be agreed to by the board. Let me pull this word up. I just have to. Okay. No, post office. What did I just get? Okay. All right. Okay, cool. Let's pull this up. I want to make sure I'm going to put the other one either too. So we're going to use anyway. There's 2 of them. A person whose immediate superior is a senior figure within an organization who is empowered to act as a substitute for the supervisor. So we have deputy and then we have deputies. It doesn't all mean law enforcement, even though these things are dealing with the commonality of laws, right? So it doesn't mean a gun in that kind of badge. You dig what I'm saying? So yes, they can deputize, and that's what they do to litigate things in your world. Okay. Somebody can probably explain it better, but that's the simple. I like to look at it and I go, well, here you go. Because some people are going to say, well, deputy, yeah, not a police officer or a sheriff or a marshal. Okay. Section 4, the chairman shall present to the board 6 and 12-year development plans prepared by the planning staff. They shall be revised each year after public hearings. And finally, in the year before they are to take effect, they shall be submitted to the president on the 4th Tuesday in July for transmission to the Senate on September 1st. Now you've got numbers. Gematria happened here, very deep, on September 1st with his comments. Now, if members of the board fail to approve the budget proposals by the forwarding date, the chairman shall nevertheless make submission to the president with notations of reservation by such members. Now, president shall transmit this proposal with his comments to the House of Representatives on and thereof September 1st. A lot of damn hogwash to me, because if you have a highway that can be repaired in the next 2 years, and taxes are being paid instead of just going to certain places. I mean, like you look at New York City, all the taxes there goes to Buffalo. Then people live like champs. Thank goodness they got flooded, some of them, and they need some tornadoes or few other. But anyway, and then everything else is absurd. But do people know that? No, of course not. Why would you? You know, they didn't teach it in school. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, now section 6. Here we go. For both plans, an extension of 1 year into the future should be made each year, and the estimates for all other years shall be revised accordingly. Well, let me read that again. For both plans, an extension for 1 year into the future shall be made each year, and the estimates for all other years shall be revised accordingly. For non-governmental activities, the estimate of developments shall be calculated to indicate the need for enlargement of our restrictions. You see a lot of that going on now. And as I was stating before, as far as how they've established, how they set things up, pork barrel spending. Remember the other last week when I made the analogy based on a fact, how Snap-on truck used to be out and on base, out, so you can go out there and buy tools for your motorcycle, your vehicle, whatever. But the screwdriver, the little cheap screwdriver you're using there, and the squad, the teams, whatever, right? That Snap-on screwdriver is $10 to $75. This one over here, that piece of crap, no lame, no nothing, $300, $400, $500. That's how they. That's what they think about y'all. In all these years of people knowing, nobody ever said nothing. Because American, red, white, blue, all that old dumb stuff. Never really addressing the problems at hand, because big government should never exist, and that's how they bring the enemy in, put them in positions, and hey, it is what it is. Remember, this is called Behold a Pale Horse, so don't get misconstrued because I'm reading it. I really need you to pay attention to what I'm reading. All right. For non-governmental activities, the estimates of development should be calculated to indicate the need for enlargement or restriction. We haven't had any restrictions, y'all, on government. Every year they give themselves a crazy, stupid pay raise. What the? Anyway, section 7, it's the last one. If there be objection by the president or the Senate to the 6 or 12-year plans, they shall be returned for restudy and resubmission. That's like some R&D shit, right? Research and development. If there still be differences, and if the president and the Senate agree, they shall prevail. If they do not agree, the Senate shall prevail, and the plan shall be revised accordingly. They don't even stop. They don't even throw it away and say, we don't need that. Everything that they're doing, they are very aware it has to be set up as far as what movies are coming out, what TV shows are being pushed, what music is being played, and then the curriculum in the school, right? And then the plans laid out, because it's already been in work. You have been in the sunken place, and it hit, and you go, what am I supposed to do? Nobody's really thinking. Nobody's truly existing. Everybody's living this fictional mortal life. No Zen. All karma. From what? Based on what action? Scripted by who? Wrote by who? Thought up by who? This world is not what it's supposed to be. Let's say, in all the readings I am doing, that every one of us come from a different earth. Brought here, and a deal made, broken upon the elders of the ancient. Just somewhere along the line, they're visited, and this is what you're going to do. We're going to give you a heads up. We're going to guide you. You can meet us here and here and here. We'll make sure nobody remembers these places. You will utilize it. Now, all the time, new people have come in. That's not how it happened. But, especially for you writers, now we're at war, meaningless war. And it's only gotten worse. Parents killing children, children killing parents, children, relatives killing relatives, brothers and sisters, da 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 da. All laid out previously, whether in the first fake Bible or anything else taken from us, then got utilized against us. And the world was a great place and everybody knew it. All over. And I mean all over. Damn, it's getting dark. Well, I'm going to shout you guys. Appreciate you. If you donated, I didn't look. Let me see if anybody donated. And it's nothing but love. I'm going to kick my shoes off, lay back here, and put a movie on. Somebody said there's this movie called Rebel or something like that. Rebel. Hey, Timothy Anderson. Oh, I got you, beloved. Appreciate it, man. I didn't look on here. Okay, yeah, I got you. Thank you, beloved. But let me see if I can find it. They said it was on Netflix. I have all of them, and I don't even watch like 4 or 5 of them. I don't even really look at Disney, Hulu, Prime. I got all of them, y'all. And then I got the regular Sanctuary TV that comes with the package. I don't pay nothing for. I can watch everything. And I got other ones too. I'm not even veteran channel that what they give us. And, okay, it's called Rebel Moon. Rebel Moon. Oh, it's just tapping on it. Yeah. So it's called Rebel Moon. So I guess it starts off. And he says, Red, you can't wait to see this person. I kind of look like us, long straight hair. But he has to tame a dragon or a griffin. I was like, well, that's part of real truth in some way. That's why you had cowboys, you had cowhands and cow wranglers, but the cowboys did the breaking. As far as the truth of ancestry, who were the cowboys? Not because niggas a boy. That's just stupid. They were youthful, vigorous, and full of a whole lot of salt. You dig what I'm saying? Anyway, at this old engine, I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to shout y'all out. And yeah, appreciate y'all coming in. I do. Number love. Delusions I got just New Year. Master J. Rondo. T. Hines. What's going on? Herbo. T. Evelyn, I got you. JB. What's going on, beloveds? It's good to see y'all. Oh, hold on. What was that thing on TikTok? I mean, I wasn't on X. X used to be whatever it was called. I forget what the hell it was called. Twitter, right? Twitter, whatever. Okay. Wait a second. What is this? Why is this one always doing this, dude? Okay. Okay. Let's see, where was it? Right. That's what I thought. Oh, what's going on, beloved? No, I was I can respond. I can actually type on here, respond. I'm like, 6 boss. I didn't see. I just got you, beloved. What's cracking, man? What's happening, beloved? Hold on. No. Let's always do that. All right. I just wanted to know how to pronounce your name. Okay. Because I see it. I can read it. I want to say it. Is it G silent or is it Jamed Johanna? Like Johanna. Like, because I love linguistics and I love beautiful names. It's phenomenal. The name is just absolutely phenomenal. And of course, I'm subscribed to your channel. I wanted to go back and see it. And at the end, where it says Delarme, could you please explain your name, if you don't mind? I find it pretty intriguing. I mean, I could just copy and paste and see what I pull up on 12 of my different website searches. Surfshark being a very intermediate one. I have some that they'll never know what I looked at or whatever, but if you wouldn't mind, I'd appreciate that. It's an absolutely magnificent name. Jamaica Johanna. Very, very interesting. I like it a lot. I really like that. Anyway, whenever you choose, I have a Gmail, and you can always hit me. I chat with any and everybody, and a lot of people here can tell you that. You call, I'm like, yo, what's up? What's happening? But yeah, so I want to be able to pronounce the name correctly. Phonetically, yeah, just because I study languages, I speak a few, doesn't mean that I have everything right. And I really appreciate that. All Tribe all day. I checked it out. It was interesting, especially that character and the other brother character who said, man, you just going to, you know what, Tihan? Man, what? 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 What's wrong with you, boy? What is wrong with you? You got a wrench, boy? What's wrong? What the hell? Well, thanks for everything. I don't even want to watch the goddamn thing now. What's going on, Marcus? What's happening, beloved? Gerald Jokes, what's happening? What's good? What's good? What's up, man? Appreciate it. Appreciate that so much. Anyway, I appreciate Six Boss. I got you over there. I was like, because I love that name. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna figure out how to pronounce it. That way, whenever I see you, I'm gonna say it correctly. I'm just not gonna say it like I said it before. Like I'm mumbling on words. And you'd be like, because ain't nobody really paying attention. I'm like, I just like stepping in a goddamn moose trap. I just put my damn mouth all up. Excuse me. I think it's very wrong, and I'd prefer to pronounce your name appropriately. Yeah, Tihan, man, I'm gonna take the last piece, about a half-quarter pound, hit you with a, what do you call it, a cyber steak to the face, man. Bop. I'm still gonna check it out. So I'm gonna kick back. I'm gonna close the window, turn the lights on, shut these bad boys down, get my bag of popcorn, and watch a movie. I love you guys. Hit the donations. Let's get it Friday. Forgot the new year, but let's combobulate it. Let's get these books all coming in. They're not gonna send them one at a time because they do get them from different places. I found that out. I was like, anyway, that's how it is, okay? No. I'm gonna watch it. So for those who've seen it, everybody check it out, and we can have we have a podcast. Because it sounds like my boy, when he says watch it, he says the Griffin part, and I'm gonna see it because I want to see that. And we can have, I don't care what you see, whatever you see, maybe we'll set up a podcast because I really want to talk about some other stuff, but I want to keep that pond drained for a moment before we put water of life in it. But maybe I'll set one up because I know y'all said one another one. I'm going to still do it. But on all the movies that you've watched, entertainment-wise, how we can utilize, what do you see the benefits? Are you giving energy? Are you pulling a blank when you're watching something? Have you worked on be able to communicate? Because you don't have a sweet tongue, or you don't have to do the pimp, jabba jabba, or the Machiavelli, whatever the BS is, that you actually know by the process of your existence exactly what you're gonna commemorate yourself by expressing to other people. You see what I'm saying? Because I believe that what we put out there, it comes back. So commemorate, man, what I put out there. Manifestations are always true. Sometimes I put on an act because I want people to get riled because that's what they need, and then I chip away at it. Just to let you know, because I'm not going to stop doing it. Anyway, my wonderful, beautiful sisters, all magnificent, beautiful colors, my brothers, 2 into motherfucking 1. Let's take care of these queens, these goddesses. so they can keep us powered the fuck up. You with a woman, she's not good for you, you feel drained. She feels drained because you are not protecting the energy that is going everywhere else other than where it needs to be going. Whether it's you and 5 women, you and 1 woman, you and 20 women. This is a fact.